So today we've woken up in Venice. So this is super exciting for me. I'm just, and look, like the water is right there from our hotel. The room doesn't look out onto the water, but the breakfast room does. And oh, it was just so beautiful this morning to sit there and look at the boats going by on the canal. So we had a slow morning, which is fun. We did have a booking for a walking tour, but it was moved to this afternoon, so there was no rush for us to get out this morning. But we might go and try and find a gondola ride, as you do, right? Like, you got to visit, you got to do a gondola ride when you visit Venice. So anyway, we're going to head out and have a look and see this beautiful city. So we went on a gondola ride, and it was lovely. It was actually really, really nice, and it was really calm. And I mean, obviously in the main canal it wasn't as calm, but when you go into the little side canals, it's super calm. So that was great. Now, one thing about the gondola ride was that it was a 30-minute ride, but our ride did only take 20 minutes, and it was still the full price. I think what it is, though, is that when it's in high seasons and the canals are much busier, it probably would take 30 minutes to go around, because there would be other boats in the way and you'd have to stop a lot. Whereas we didn't stop at all. Oh, we stopped once for 30 seconds, and so our ride was much quicker, because I'm assuming they've got a set route, so it wasn't ideal. When you get back, you're like, what do you mean we're back already? It's only been 20 minutes. But I mean, it is what it is. So we are going to, where did I just say we're going? Let me just check that again. We are going now to Palazzo Contarini, and we're going to go check out what's there, and hopefully there's something good. Let's see. I mean, everywhere's good. It's just beautiful walking through the little streets, and it's just so dreamy and lovely. So we did just go in and see the Basilica of San Marco, and I have to admit the floors and the ceilings were absolutely stunning because of the mosaic. So it was just incredible. I just don't even know where to start with it. So it only cost €3 each to go in. It didn't take us long to walk through because you do literally just walk in and then do a little path walk out. I think you can go at the top, not really sure. You can go and see other parts. There's also a museum there. We didn't go in there. I think it was an additional cost for that, which is fine. I think we're a bit museumed out. So we are going to go look at the Bridge of Sighs over here, which was where prisoners would be walking from, I think, the Palazzo to the prison. So I'm going to go check that out. But otherwise, it's just stunning. Okay, so when we were on the gondola ride, there was something, you can't really see it, but there was something that the gondola driver, is that what they call it, the driver? Anyway, the guy who was rowing the boat, we did go past this tower. You can't really see it, but I'll take another video. But that clock is actually a 24-hour clock, not a 12-hour clock. So I have no idea how to tell the time on it, but yeah, it's really cool. It's 24 hours. So we've had some lunch. It was delicious, some delicious pasta. And now we've made our way across to the other side of Venice. I mean, not the other side, but it was a fair hike. And we're about to go on a walking tour. So it was meant to be this morning, but there wasn't enough people, so it's this afternoon. So I'm actually very excited about this, to try and find some, interesting places and facts and stuff about Venice. We just finished the walking tour, and I have to admit it was fantastic. So learned lots of just little stuff about Venice, about the limestone, how it cuts all the canals and how the buildings use it as their base. Learned that. Learned about the campos as opposed to piazzas. Learn about some of the architecture in regards to, say, what do they call it? The Venetian Gothic. Learn about that. Learn about the relics of St. Marco church. So lots of little stuff, and it was absolutely fantastic. The guide was amazing. She had so many stories. Oh, especially stories about the red light district. So really enjoyed it, and I wouldn't even know where to start unpacking all the stuff that we learnt. So fantastic, really worth it. And so that's it, I guess, for day one of here in Venice. We'll go find something for dinner and then rest up. We've walked a lot today, so we'll go rest up and get up again tomorrow, do it all again. So second day here in Venice, and we are going on a boat tour to some of the other islands. So I just got it through Get Your Guide, and it is a Murano, Burano and Torcello trip, and so the boat takes you to each location. On Murano there is like a glass factory tour included, but the others you've got free time. So I'm pretty excited about this. Look, Venice is beautiful, but it would also be absolutely amazing to see some other parts of the area. So super excited. We're walking down to San Marco now, and that seems to be where a lot of the attractions are. So we are staying in the San Polo area, which is great. It's quite centrally located to everywhere, but I think that the San Marco side of things, it's probably where you're going to be closer to some of these attractions and things like that. So, but anyway, it doesn't really matter because you get everywhere by foot. So as long as you can walk, you'll be fine. It doesn't take long to get to each place. So excited for today, actually. So yeah, let's get down there and get into it. So we went on the boat ride and it was great, and then we've ended up in Murano for the first stop, and we did watch a glass blowing demonstration at one of the stores, and it was really great. He made just a vase, like I know how to do it. He made a vase, and then he also made a horse statue, and it looked incredible. So So far so good. It's been really great. Murano looks so sweet and cute, and most stores are closed, but you get that. But yeah, I would recommend probably coming and doing one of these tours. It's a great way to see different places in Venice. We are on the Burano Island, and this has lots of colourful houses. So there's lots of beautiful colour here. First off, we did have some lunch because it's after 1 o'clock, so we decided we'd have lunch. I had a delicious seafood pizza, and Amy had seafood spaghetti. So it was really, really good. But anyway, now we've got about 45 minutes to check out the island and look at all beautiful colours of the buildings. Isn't it gorgeous? Anyway, yes, excited to go and explore. We're at our last location for the day, the last island that we're going to, which is Torcello. It's a quaint little walk into the town. I don't really think there's a lot here. There is some agriculture. It's also a really cool bridge coming up. So yeah, looking forward to seeing what's on this little island. is our last day here in Venice, and unfortunately it is also our last day of sightseeing in Italy completely. So that's been 2 weeks. It's gone really, really fast. I've seen some absolutely incredible things, and I've learned so much. So this morning we are off to the Church of San Zaccaria, where they do have a flooded underground crypt that we are going to go and check out on recommendation of the guide the other day, who was absolutely fantastic. If you are lucky enough to come here and do that walking tour, hopefully you'll get Denise. She was great. So yeah, that's really about it. Let's go and find the church. So if you've watched any of my other videos, you'll see that I always, well not always, but I've started doing a video about the cost of a standard item, usually a bottle of Coke, preferably no sugar, and just the cost of it relative to a usual dollar. Now I probably should do it relative to the US dollar because it's quite a stable currency that everything else kind of gets what's the word, like compared to, but yeah, I'm Australian, so I do Australian dollar. So this 450ml, so it is smaller than usual. Last couple places it's been 500ml. The standard one back in Australia is 600ml, and that is usually around the $4.50 mark in Australia. Now I bought this bottle €3.50, which is the equivalent of today $5 Australian dollars and 72 cents. So much more expensive than Australia. However, I'm in very touristic places, so that could make the difference. The most expensive one I bought, and it was only a can, a 330ml can, and it was €5.50, I'm pretty sure, at one of the restaurants. So water, super cheap, but then when you get into some of the other drinks, it is slightly more expensive. So yeah, just as a comparison, about, yeah, a standard item across the world. So we just went into the Church of San Zaccaria. Anyway, we did go in there. They do have a flooded underground crypt, which is really cool. That tower is also really cool. It is leaning and you can see it pulling away from the building that it's attached to. So looks cool. Also looks unsafe and dangerous, but you know, looks cool. Anyway, so did go in and see the crypt. It was €3.50 for adults and €2.50 for children. So doesn't take you long in there to see it. It's just the one like the one burial plot there could be more under there, I don't know, but that was all the one that you could see. And yeah, when there is a high tide, I suspect that it would be very difficult to go down there, but at the moment the water level is pretty good, so we were quite lucky to be able to go down there, and we didn't get our feet wet, so it's great. Yeah, a great little church if you want to come in and you've got some time to spare. We just visited the Library of High Tide, I want to say. I'll get the Italian name. Wait a second. So we just went to Library Acqua Alta, or the Library of High Tide, and it was really super cool. So there's just so much stuff there. Yeah, so there were some books in English, but mostly it was in Italian, which is fine, obviously. And it has lots of books, secondhand books, new books. It's full of books. It's huge. And cats, apparently. We did find one of the cats. So that was a real treat for Amy. And the other thing is they have some stairs. So they've made a set of stairs out of books. And it's super cool. I had a photo on it. Like, it was really great. It is quite a narrow store. So I'm assuming in high season the line would be huge to get in there, especially to get a photo or a video with the stairs. So yeah, it was great. I really enjoyed it. Okay, so we've made our way to the Palazzo Contarini del Bovolo. So there is a staircase here. It's super beautiful, and I am going to go into the exhibition that's here. I'm going to go up the stairs and see what there is. So as part of your €8 entrance fee, you do get to go into a gallery there. It does have some great paintings. My favourite was, there was this one of a woman holding a glass of wine, like she just didn't care. And yeah, it was awesome. So yeah, continuing to climb up this amazing staircase. Oh, loving it. I left Amy down the bottom. She really couldn't be bothered walking up any more stairs. I don't blame her, poor little legs. She's done so much walking this last 2 weeks. So we have almost finished our adventures here in Venice. We've just picked up all our bags from the hotel, and we are, oh my goodness, like, look at it, like that's the Grand Canal there. Anyway, and we are heading to the train station. We've got a train to catch this evening, back to Rome. the train trip will take about 4 hours, and it's a direct service from Venice to Rome. So yeah, we'll settle in. I've got a great book to read. I'm reading Frankenstein, so yeah, it should be a good, safe, easy trip. And then tomorrow we fly out in the morning, and that is our Italy adventures done.